clearly not very good at this whole vlogging thing, because we recently got a new car. We got a DC2. I was meant to do a walk around, show you the car before I started doing anything to it, but I forgot, which is great. But yep, some weird quirks with the car. Random cut, don't know why that's there. Amongst other things, a few bonnet pins. Engine is stock. Electrical cut-off that's not plumbed into anything. Interior is completely gutted. Like, my god, there's no heater matrix, nothing at all. Just car, wheel, pedals. This has been cut to a horrible degree. Like, I cannot stress that this is done in such a shoddy way, and it's not together at all. The back is also fully stripped, but it does have a cage. And there's this hybrid racing short shifter, but first is really like not smooth to get into, and I have a feeling it could be the gearbox, but I'm not sure yet, so we'll have to look at that. This door, don't know what the fuck's happening with this door. Like, they've cut it, like all of it, even like the frame. So this is a track car door card. I think it's the company track car something. Well, these are made for the DC2 apparently, and they're meant to fit perfectly. And it doesn't, because he's cut too much of the door out. Because on the driver's side, where they haven't cut it all out, it works. But yeah, so came with Cobra Monacos. Possibly one of the worst seats. They are right next to Sparco Sprints in my book as the worst seats. Budget, awful, garbage, really out of date OMP harness on this side. Guess if the passenger dies, they die, apparently. I don't know. Just yeah, not great, if I'm honest. Other quirk of this door before I forget. I forget what this bit's called, but basically normally there's a latch between here that stops your door from just swinging so much and all the way open, and it actually has some ability to stay in certain positions, but that's gone. All in the pursuit of lightness. Plastic windows, why? But it is rigid. Got some braces, a roll cage, OMP roll cage apparently, yellow speed coilovers, some awful Japan Racing T37 reps, another plastic window that you can slide in and open. Yeah, so if I show you this side where they've not cut the entire door out, it can be screwed in and it does function as intended. Also, there were a lot more of these pool noodles for safety, not bashing your head and stuff. I've started ripping that off because this cage is coming out and going to get repainted at some point. But yeah, I'll show you how shoddy. There's a 12 volt. I think that this is the hazard, which is some pieces. The wiring's a mess. Some classic Razo, R-A-Z-O pedals. Bits of like surface rust, which again I will treat, sand back and sort. Missing the cowl. A terrible feeling Nardi. I think this is a 350mm at least, but it doesn't feel great and the alignment's a little bit off. I do have some Takata harnesses. They look like they're in date. I assume they're genuine, but I'm not great at telling genuine and fakes, but I think they're Drift 2s. I prefer the Drift 3s because they're a bit thicker, but I think they're genuine. I'm not too sure at the moment. But yeah, so for starters, I've started taking off some of the pool noodles. I took that off mostly because in the top corner there was some primer overspray, but I don't know why that was there. Like, that was weird. I assume some of this interior may have been painted once before. It looks kind of factory, but I assume it should be more white than primerish grey. I don't know, I can't confirm. I have not stripped another DC2 before or seen a stripped DC2. I assume it should match this sort of colour instead of being a more grey finish. Also, I can't tell if this cage was painted in the car because there's like overspray. Like, how is there overspray in like, I'm so confused. But generally, it's nice. Like, it drives well, it's solid, all the arches are solid. It doesn't look like there's any real rust. As for what I'm doing currently, track car things, they did have the boot. They had another one of these, and they used to latch here, and I assume that's just an additional latch to make sure your boot doesn't come up. But I just don't like them. I think they're ugly, so we're taking those off. Also, I don't know, like, what are these, like Philip said? Why are they so big? I had to use a chisel to turn this. I guess the other quirks, quick release bumper, but only one of them. There's none on the other side, so we'll rip this off at some point as well. Hood pins. Pull them. Show you the engine bay while we're here. If I remember how to do that. So that's the boot. There's the bonnet release. That's fuel. That's my boot then. It should be here somewhere. Maybe. Yes, there it is, with a bit of orange overspray on top. Excellent. Oh god, that's a heavy bonnet. But yeah, it's a clean looking engine bay. Stock engine, different cam cover that's been painted, looks quite nice. It says Spoon Sports on the intake, but I assume that's just a sticker. I don't know, I'm not sure. We've got a Tegua brake stopper. We've got yellow speed coilovers. The end here, like, there's not much rust in terms of how the engine looks. Looks like stock radiator. All in all, it looks fairly tidy, or tidy enough. It obviously has its quirks and issues, he says, but what project car doesn't? You closed. God, doing this one-handed is much harder than I thought it would be. But yes, so that's a sort of quick overview of the DC2 before I start working on it. The first things I'm doing is obviously this. I'll probably have the seat swapped out soon. So I've got a Sparco Rev to go in from some of my other cars. I'm picking up so I've got one Sparco Rev at the moment, but I'll be picking up a second matching one, because seats got to match. In terms of other things, I'd like to replace the harnesses. The Takata could be genuine, it could also not be, but might as well replace them so they're matching, and I'd rather get something better, so we'll do that. God, I hate speed holes. I think anyone who drills holes in the bumper, terrible. I don't care if it helps aerodynamics or efficiencies. If your track car doesn't look good, stop it. I'd rather trade. I don't think whoever had this was good enough to drive a fully stripped interior and for it to make a difference. I think people who do track days, if it's a track day toy, which this was, it wasn't in Time Attack or anything, enjoy the creature comforts, enjoy the carpet, enjoy the sound deadening, because this car's awful to drive on the road. It really is. I don't know the exhaust. Focus. It's a Pro Racer. I can't remember if that's a 5 Ziggin exhaust. I'm sure someone will be able to tell me. But yeah, all in all, no oil leaks. Pretty solid base for a cool track build restoration. What else is there? Did have a GT wing on it apparently. May fill those. I'll be filling the bumper holes. DC2 parts are quite expensive, so whatever I can fix myself, I will fix, and I'll probably document as much of this as I can, because it'll be a bit of fun. You get to watch and laugh at me. So we've taken off the rear things, and already an improvement from what it once was. A Nürburgring sticker. I have no idea if this car has ever been. There's some paint issues here where it's come off. The bigger paint issue to me is, I don't know if the camera will be able to pick it up, but the paint's like bubbling in a weird way, and I assume this entire panel will eventually need sanding back and repainting, which is very frustrating. The door has its usual marks all the way down the side. I've got a scratch here. I don't know about this, but I'm pretty sure this is meant to be black, because this is a very different shade of white and texture to the entire rest of the car. Like, this is a kind of grimy, non-gloss finish white, whereas the rest of the car has quite a nice sheen to it, despite how disgusting it is currently. The headlights definitely need polishing, because they're awful. This place is a weird size, I don't like that. Let's think of if there's any other bits which I have noticed from my walk around. This stuff's not perfect, but not too bothered about that. Pretty decent dent here. A lot of scratches down here. A few scratches around. It'll be good to know how much of this I can take off with just polishing, and how much of it will need a lot more work than that. But the rear bumper I'll respray completely, because I'll need to fill the holes. The side skirts I will also be fiberglassing and trying to fill all of that in, but that will all come in a later video. Hello. Oh, we really are doing this. Welcome to the end of the video. I don't know if this is the format I'm going to do, but most of the videos, I don't know how to edit. I don't really know how much to cut out and how much of the rambling to keep in. I yap a lot. But I think at the end of each video, what I'm going to do is just have a short clip at the end. This is recorded way after I did this first initial video and had a look through the tag. Quite a lot has probably changed, in my opinion, and the video itself. The first gear thing which I mentioned, I'm pretty convinced it might just be the shifter bushings. It all looks a little bit rusty, so I'm going to take that apart, re-lubricate it, and just clean it all up, see if that fixes it. I still haven't actually done that yet. What else did I mention? The bumper, the rear bumper. I was going to fill all the holes and get rid of the speed holes. What I'm going to do instead is I'm going to do an even more aggressive cut. I've seen a few bumper cut designs which I like, so we'll do that. I think I mentioned overspray. I'm pretty certain now that I've taken it apart a bit more that the cage was painted in the car as well as some primer on the floor, because that's how the texture feels. It's definitely had some repairs, I believe. The Japan racing wheels are growing on me, I guess. I prefer wheel styles closer to the original OEM DC2 wheels, but all Riga Masters, but they're money. 4x11 4.3 is a really horrible size to find, so it's fine, it'll work, it'll do the job, so there's that. Just trying to think of other things I mentioned in the video. Well, I should have done a better script. But yeah, mostly just to debrief the video, the car is a good car. It's taking a lot of effort. There's so much wiring and so much other stuff that I just need to look at and tidy up. Interior wise, dashboard, shifter, all of that center console bit, and then you'll see as the build series goes, but even looking back at this original video of when I did my first walk around to how it looks now, it's very different. I will say, as you follow this series, I'm bad at recording because I'm trying to record on my own and I don't have a tripod. So there's bits that time skip. You'll see that evidently in the next video, which is painting the brake calipers. I literally have a clip where I'm like, let me show you the process. And then it goes, and it's done. Like, I really pulled a, here's one I prepared earlier. It was not great, but we're learning, we're you know, we're trying. But yeah, that's basically it for this episode. Thank you for sticking around. Thank you for watching my content. The next video, we're actually going to do some work on it. This video, all I did was walk around and took off like a boot latch. So yeah, I will see you all in the next one.